Hey there, friend. Welcome back. It's Lauren with Rustic Honey. I am going to be working around our farmhouse today, making it cozy. We're slowly stepping into the holiday season here. I went shopping this week to find a new Christmas tree. That was one of the things. We usually do this little annual Christmas shopping with my mom, and we take the kids and just kind of let them see what toys are in the stores and get a little wish list idea going. But it's just kind of a fun outing to kick off the holiday season. And I wanted to look at some trees in person because I have been in dire need around here for a new Christmas tree. If you've been watching my decorate videos from past years, you might remember my Christmas tree that's on a big block of wood because it's broken and every branch has to be put on individually. So I finally just, bit the bullet, decided to this year I needed to go find a tree and I wanted to look in person. I ended up coming up with this one at Menards. Not sponsored in any way. I will have to say my favorite part about the Christmas tree is how simple the setup is, and that's kind of what I was going for. I was honestly not going to get a pre-lit one because in my mind, I don't know how long it's going to last. I feel like it's going to be my luck that one section goes out, but I figure at that point I'll just string on regular lights and we'll still use the tree. I just don't want to be going through new trees all the time, but it's hard to find trees these days that aren't pre-lit. So I thought for the sake of the season that I'm in, where we're so busy, just go ahead and get this nice pre-lit one, and I am able to carry it up and down the stairs. I don't have to wait for my husband to be around to carry my old tree with the big block of wood. And it just comes in 3 parts. And so it clicks and connects, and then it just comes to life. And I also love that just with the click of a button, the kids can turn it on colored lights if they want to as well. I have to say though, the LED lights are a little bit brighter than just traditional Christmas lights. So it's taking me a minute to get used to the brightness, especially of the colored lights at night, but I love the cozy vibes that a Christmas tree adds. So although we are just now getting, closer to Thanksgiving, I'm just slowly welcoming in the season by putting up some of those things. And we're going to get out some more warm lights today to really cozy up the house. I just love this season. Now, I will say this time of year, I often find myself wanting to go to the local coffee shop for all of the holiday lattes, but I was really excited to try out this new machine at home from DREO, which happens to be the sponsor of today's video. I love that I can make some cafe quality lattes at home with this machine. With just the touch of a button, you can select what kind of milk you want, what kind of drink, and there's so many different options. You can even do cold foam. So I'm really excited to use this little machine year round, but this is going to add an extra cozy touch to my day. This morning I'm going to make a hot latte, and I don't have an espresso machine at home, unfortunately, so I am just making an extra strong shot of coffee to go with this, and I'll tell you that the Latte Maker over here made up for that completely. It was so delicious. The foam was perfect. The only thing I'll say is I wish I was better at the latte art that you see people do. I'm going to work on that. But now that I have this machine, I know I can get it perfected. I'm excited to be my own barista at home with this new barista maker. I hope you'll check out my link in the description box below. This would make an amazing gift for any coffee lover on your list this Christmas. To give my latte all of the cozy vibes, I just did a little sprinkle of cinnamon on top, and this was just a cup of comfort. I love this. Excuse me while I'm off to purchase a few of those holiday syrups because I am going to be busy making lattes all winter long. Really, there is nothing cozier to me than all of the Christmas lights and a cup of coffee. That's so good. So let's think about a few more things, a few more ways to make our homes more cozy during this season. Of course, it's just going to get more cozy in general with all of the Christmas lights coming out, all of those warmer textures. But I like to always think about those areas in our home that we can make more inviting. And one of those areas for me has been this new desk that I bought. If you've seen the video where we did the antique haul, you've seen this before, and I know I've talked about it a million times, but having a space that is special to you and inviting is so important. It doesn't have to be necessarily a desk. It could be an extra chair in your bedroom or somewhere where you can feel like it's inviting and it's clutter-free. It's somewhere you can sip your coffee and read a good book or do a Bible study. And just creating those moments around our homes just bring in the coziness, makes us feel relaxed and invited in to those cozy areas. So think about a special spot that you could make for yourself in your home for this winter. Now, we have a little chore on our to-do list this afternoon that I have been putting off for a few days, and that is to take some pictures of baby Ruth because it is now her 6-month birthday and I'm a few days behind getting pictures done. If you are a mom that has done the monthly pictures, you know how quickly that sneaks up on you. One thing I'll say that I've done to make it super simple is to just get one of those boards that you can write anything on. So even after the kids are older, you can use it for other things around your house. It's not just purely a baby item. And I've put their names on them the past couple babies I've had, and just all I have to switch out is the number on the month. So that makes it a lot easier to get this knocked out, because if you have an elaborate photo shoot planned, it's really hard to do, especially now that I have 4 kids. It's hard to fit this in. So each month we have their baby quilt, thanks to Grandma, and I have this little board, and then I take the same style photo every time and the same style video, because at the end of the year I will put them together in an album of their first year, and then I'll do like a quick video of how they've grown, and it'll be a lot more seamless if I have all the same things saved. So that just is a way that I streamline that to make it a lot easier. So back to cozy tips. Sorry, but I just wanted to share that because that was a chore that I had to get done today. Not that playing around with Ruth is ever a chore. She's such a sweetheart. But on the cozy front, I have to get some work done in my office this afternoon. And one of my favorite things to do to motivate myself and to feel extra cozy in my little office is to light a candle and turn on my little vintage Bluetooth speaker, crank out some classical tunes, maybe some good old Christmas music as well. Recently decluttered my office a little bit after that motivation of cleaning up my craft room. You may have seen that video. I felt like the rest of our upstairs really needed to be decluttered. So just doing that has made such a big difference in the coziness of my office now that it's cleaned up, and then adding that candle, it just does the trick. Another thing we can always do is have a nice little lamp light to make our home feel more cozy. I'm really on the hunt for a nice floor lamp here in our living room, because there's nothing better than having that warm light instead of the overhead lights especially in these winter months that are to come. Now, one thing that I feel like we struggle with most around our home with having small children is keeping things tidy, like keeping up with the laundry here that I have stashed on my couch and the laundry basket of random things that need to get put away. But I think that if we can begin to just tidy more frequently, this is me as a hopeful mom speaking. I think that those things are so important, though. If we can continue to tidy, it really does make our homes feel more inviting. And get rid of the towels that apparently have completely ripped. Those I'm going to go put in a bin that I keep for our farm, so that in the winter when my husband has a new baby calf that we need to nurse back to health or something, we'll have those ready to go. Now, I am going to continue to tidy up the living room today, because that, of course, obviously is the biggest high traffic area in our home, at least. And if this space is cluttered, if our main living area is cluttered, then I feel like just chaotic as a mom. And so if I can just give it a few minutes to pick up the things and give it a quick vacuum, I feel like it instantly adds this inviting feeling to our spaces. Just having less clutter, having less crumbs on the floor, and adding in those cozy textures just make me want to plop down on the couch and enjoy myself, instead of feeling like I need to do 100 other things, when really all I want to do is plop down on the couch with my family and watch a Christmas movie. Now, during this time of year, I love to get out all of the blankets and the cozy textures. I decided to go ahead and get out some of our Christmas pillows. This is one that I had made years ago. Back when I was doing some craft shows with my business, I made some really simple, scrappy tree pillow covers like this one. And I had kept a few for myself. I pull them out every year. And this one had seen better days. It's got some good, worn in stains on it, and the stitching is starting to come out. So I decided to quickly head upstairs and give this a little bit of a mending, which again is so much easier now because my sewing room is decluttered, simplified, and way more cozy and inviting than it was before. Now on to dress up the couch a little bit with those cozy blankets. That is one thing I could receive probably every Christmas and never get tired of receiving is new cozy blankets. I think I romanticize Christmas family movie night way more than it actually happens with our schedule, but I love it. I feel like there were years past when the boys were a little younger and we didn't have so many activities outside of the home that we watched a Christmas movie. It felt like every night. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite Christmas movie is. The one movie that I have to watch every Christmas season is It's a Wonderful Life. It's my absolute favorite holiday movie. I can't wait to watch it. I will watch it at least one time, I'm sure. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what's your favorite Christmas movie. Now, on our shopping trip this week, I didn't buy a ton. The shopping trip's more so for fun, to look at all the things, but I thought I would share my Hobby Lobby haul with you, if you will, today. We usually do some sort of gingerbread house project as we get towards Christmas break, and I thought this little gingerbread nativity was fun, and it has plenty of pieces to where the kids could each work on their own thing, and then it can kind of go together as a whole. And then I bought those little bells and some of the rub and buff because I kind of want to give them an even more aged look. So stay tuned. I'm hoping to do a video on Christmas DIYs, but these were a steal. They were half off of that, so they were $2.50 a piece, and I thought that was a steal. I also found these candles with the dancing wick, and they were on clearance for $27.99, I think is what that said. So of course you have to add the batteries, which will cost you, another $30, but I'm always looking to add to my candle stash. I always love the ones that have the remote control to them, because then I can just set them and forget them. And these actually come on every time at the same time each day for however long you want them to set. And I love that now, especially as time has changed and it gets darker earlier. Having all of these candles just come on in the evening signals my brain to, turn off work and turn on the cozy vibes around home and just enjoy my family for the evening. I think it's fun to layer in candles throughout our home, and then after the Christmas season, I tend to just leave those there throughout the winter months, and it just kind of extends that cozy season, because a lot of times right after Christmas things feel very bare, and right now I feel like I'm a little bit in between seasons in our home, but I love having those soft glowing lights. Even though I'm planning to dress up my mantle a lot more for Christmas soon, the candles are just a nice way to start to usher in that new season. Now, another way that I really like to make home cozy is to make sure our bedroom is set up for the evening. I love to have my bed made every day and my bed to just feel super inviting. And another thing with that is keeping the room decluttered again, having the bed made, having my lamps on in the evening is so inviting, so that when I finally get to go to bed after all the things are done, as a mom of four, I can just slip into those cozy sheets and enjoy my bedroom and get a good night's sleep. That's always an important part of the equation. Now, I know if you had to ask my family what would make a cozy home, one of the first things they would tell you is that we have good food on the table. I think it's always important to have something ready to go, especially with a small growing family like ours. And so tonight we are a little bit on the run because we're getting ready to head out to some ball games. So I am doing an easy dinner tonight with some leftovers we had in the refrigerator, and something we can eat on the road too. So quesadilla night it is. Sometimes at our house it's just a little bit of a tweak. It's not quite taco night, but it's a little bit more handheld and ready for the car. So I am dressing up one with some pulled pork and cheese. I'm doing an all cheese version by request from my littlest. And then I'm doing what I'm calling the grown-up one, which is going to be pulled pork, goat cheese, and candied jalapenos. And the caramelized onions. I had to use those up too. So that one was kind of different, and in my opinion, it needed even more of the candied jalapenos because those were just so sweet and savory. I'm making my quesadillas. I like to add just a little bit of avocado oil to the bottom of each quesadilla. That way it gets a nice little crisp exterior. And you could also stick these on a sheet pan and keep them in the oven to keep them warm. I feel like that always leaves them with a nice like crispness on the outside, and of course keeps them hot for a crowd. But tonight I am just gonna hit them with my pizza cutter and leave them sitting here on the counter so they can cool. We're gonna pack up whatever we don't eat into a little cooler in the car, and that way after the games tonight, I know my boys will be hungry again, so a nice cold cheese quesadilla will actually hit the spot as well. So a little bit of dinner now and a little bit of dinner later on the fine china, as you can see, and we are fueled and on our way out the door for a fun night of basketball. Now around the farmhouse, I have been taking down all the fall decor, making sure that all the corn gets put back in the garden as we are putting it to bed for the winter, as they say, and moving on to holiday decorating. I'm really excited to add all of those cozy touches inside and outside of our home with Christmas well on its way. Now, just some random tidbits lately. I bought this little bear suit for Ruth, and it's like the greatest $13 I've ever spent. Reminds me of one of our favorite books called How to Share with a Bear. If you have kids or grandkids, look up that book. It is adorable. I hope you enjoyed today's video, maybe got some ideas on how to make home a little bit more cozy. I love to share the aesthetic things with you, but also the real life moments, like how my kids are a little confused about what to wear when the weather's so back and forth. Just love what they chose to wear today. Thanks for watching our crazy crew, and I hope to see you back here again very soon.